Hi, how are you? I'm Dr. Musso. Today we want to talk about European history. We want to talk about Benito Mussolini. Our question reads, identify any five activities that were done by the Blackshirts that contributed to the rise of Mussolini. Mussolini had to form the fascist party. The members of the fascist party, they wore these black shirts. So we are talking about the black shirts now, making sure that Mussolini rose to power. What did they do? Number one, they disrupted meetings of their of other political parties. Other political parties' meetings, they were disrupted by the black shirts. Number two, they to force opponents to eat frogs and also to drink a castor oil. Number three, they to spy on a political opponents. So whenever they were planning to do something, they to spy. The black shirts, they to spy, and that on its own explains why Mussolini came at power. They also killed political opponents. Political opponents, they were killed, they were slaughtered by the black shirts. We also see that they held attractive parades for the purposes of a propaganda. These parades explains why later on Mussolini rose to power. They were also involved in street fights, fighting, making sure that Mussolini rose to power. Then we talk about the march to Rome. It explains why Mussolini rose to power. Number B, give an account of any six ways in which Mussolini consolidated his position as the leader of Italy by 1930. We want to look on the factors, the reasons that led Mussolini to consolidate his position as the leader of Italy by 1930. Number one, we see that in 1923 he passed a law which was called the Ascable laws. In 1924, the elections that took place, the fascists violently stopped anti-fascists from voting. Mussolini killed political opponents. Mussolini converted the black shirts into a regular militia which was responsible for intimidating people. Newspapers, they were censored. Page number one, Mussolini. Page number two, Mussolini. Page number three, fascist sports page. The fascists donated soccer balls. It was Mussolini. Then we talk about Mussolini in 1925. What he made himself as the juice by a decree. He was now the juice of Italy. He banned political parties in 1926. Education was monitored, both primary, secondary, and university or tertiary education. We see that teachers, they were forced to wear uniform and to glorify the fascist. The 10th commandment said that Mussolini was always right. There were commandments in Italy which people were supposed to follow. Then in 1929, he signed the Lateran Treaty with the Pope, making Catholicism a religion of the state. And by so doing, Mussolini was not dominant in Italy. Then you talk about the banning of trade unions. By so doing, Mussolini introduced his new trade union, which danced according to his tune. So by so doing, consolidating his position in Italy. That is what we have. Thank you. I'm Dr. Musso.